This salad is perfect if you're looking for something hearty and packed with delicious Mediterranean flavors. It's one of my favorite salads to eat as the weather gets warmer, and it's pretty simple to put together. It combines crisp roasted chickpeas and some slightly charred cauliflower. Along with that, there's some saltiness from Kalamata olives, some brininess from feta cheese, a bit of crunch from hazelnuts, and some sweetness from dried apricots. It's all tossed together in a creamy tahini dressing, and it's super, super delicious. And if you're new here, I'm Maggie. This is No Frills Kitchen, where I teach you how to cook with confidence with nothing fancy required.
The first thing I'll do for this salad is toast my hazelnuts, which I find is easiest to do as the oven is preheating to roast the cauliflower and chickpeas. Simply scatter some blanched hazelnuts on a baking sheet and toast in the oven for about 5 minutes. Make sure to set a timer because they're super easy to burn. Meanwhile, you can also prep your cauliflower. I think that cutting a cauliflower into florets can be a bit overwhelming, but it's actually pretty simple once you know what you're doing. Trim back the stem and use a sharp paring knife to cut around the core of the cauliflower head. Then pull the core out and you can easily cut off some larger florets. To get small florets that look really natural and tree-like, I make a small cut through the stem and then pull it apart so that the top parts naturally. This cauliflower is a bit larger than I need for the salad, so I'm going to save half of the florets for another purpose, maybe a cauliflower soup? Let me know in the comments some of your favorite ways to cook cauliflower and maybe I'll try some of them out. Alright, now add your cauliflower florets to a large mixing bowl and drizzle with a bit of olive oil and season generously with salt. Then add a bit of cumin, some ground coriander seed, smoked paprika, turmeric, allspice, and a touch of cinnamon. All of these spices work really well with the flavors in the salad, but don't stress if you're missing one or two. You can also use a spice blend like garam masala or ras el hanout instead. Grind over a bit of black pepper and stir to coat the cauliflower in the seasoning. I think this needs a bit more olive oil, so I'm going to drizzle a bit more in as well. Now line a baking sheet with parchment and spread the florets over the tray. Move to the oven and roast until the cauliflower is tender and lightly charred. This will take about 15 minutes in a 220C 425F oven. In the meantime, prep your chickpeas, which we can roast alongside the cauliflower. Add some drained canned chickpeas to the same bowl and drizzle with olive oil and season with salt. Add the same spices over the chickpeas as you did to the cauliflower, mix, and then transfer them as well to a parchment-lined baking sheet. Roast these until they're brown and lightly crispy, about 20 minutes. You can put them next to your cauliflower or on the rack below, depending on the size of your oven. Now onto the dressing. This is an easy creamy tahini dressing that is super delicious. First, I'm going to measure out some tahini into a small mixing bowl. Then squeeze in a bit of fresh lemon juice and grate in a clove of garlic. Now I'm going to add a small amount of cumin, smoked paprika, and some chili flakes. And I'm just going to squeeze in a bit of honey just to add a little bit of sweetness. Now I'm going to add a bit of water and whisk until I'm happy with the consistency of the dressing. I want it to be relatively loose and pourable so that it easily coats everything in the salad. Alright, that's the dressing done. Let's just assemble the salad and then we're ready to eat. First, I'm going to add some rocket, or arugula for the Americans watching, to a small bowl. Now I'm going to thinly slice a red onion. I like to remove the root and then slice it from pole to pole. This helps the layers separate more easily. And I'm just going to add this to the bowl with the rocket. Next, I'm going to roughly chop those hazelnuts that we toasted earlier and add them to the bowl as well. Now, for a bit of sweetness, I like to add in some nice dried apricots. I'm just going to give these a bit of a rough chop, which can be a little bit tricky because they're sticky. I'll also make sure to taste one just to ensure some quality control. And I guess I'll allow my cameraman to have one too. Next, for some fresh herbs. I like to add an abundance of fresh mint along with a lot of fresh parsley and some cilantro. You can use any variation of these herbs, but if you don't have one or don't like something, then don't worry about it. Now I'm going to fish some pitted Kalamata olives out of this jar and give them a rough chop as well. This adds a really nice complex brininess to the salad. Finally, I'm going to crumble in a bit of feta cheese. Those looking to make this salad vegan can simply omit the cheese in the salad and add agave syrup instead of honey to the dressing, and you're good to go. All I need to do now is add my roasted chickpeas and cauliflower. I'll give this a gentle toss to combine and then pour the dressing over the salad. Now I'm just going to toss everything until well combined. If you liked this recipe, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next videos. Enjoy!